Welcome to our weekly garden check-in. My name is Kelsey, children's educator here at Ginter Botanical Garden. And this week we are checking in from the children's garden greenhouse again. Last week I showed you all some seeds that Laura Lee and I were starting in the greenhouse, and also how to make your own little mini greenhouses out of plastic bottles and plant seeds outside in them in a process called winter sowing. So I wanted to give you a little update on how those seedlings are doing and show you how much they've grown in the past week, and also show you how different seedlings look, and also talk about some seeds that need to be planted outside and need long periods of cold and wet in order to sprout or germinate. Okay, so let's start with our seedling update. We've got our lettuces and calendula, which actually their seedlings look pretty similar in size and in leaf shape. We have some mustard that has pretty purple seed leaves. The true leaves will be purple when they're growing in the garden. And then we've got our onions. Our onion seedlings sort of look like grass, and you can see how they have some of the tops of the seedlings have the little onion seeds still attached. And then next we have our parsley. The parsley was one of the slower seeds to germinate. And then we have some baby kales. Oh, and then next we have some of our kales and lettuces and cauliflowers that have graduated from their smaller pots into larger ones to give their roots a little bit more space so that they can grow a little bit bigger before they are hardened off and planted in the garden. And then we also have some marigolds that have sprouted as well. So we're going to be planting some seeds outside in the cold and the wet today, like our butterfly weed. Milkweed is our host plant for monarch butterflies. Some bachelor's buttons. On the seed pack of these bachelor buttons, it says for optimum germination, chill seed in the refrigerator for 5 days before sowing. So some people, before they plant their seeds that need cold stratification, they'll put them in the freezer for however long that each type of seed needs in order to stratify the seed before they plant it outside in the spring. And then also we'll be planting some poppies today as well. You can see that some of our seed trays are on these red mats, which are heating mats. They keep our soil in the trays warm so that our seedlings will germinate quicker in the greenhouse. And you can see these little marigolds have just started, the first couple have just started to sprout. They're so tiny, little baby marigolds. Some seeds like to be outside all winter long and actually require the process of freezing and thawing and freezing and thawing several times over periods of weeks or months in order to sprout or to germinate. Many of our native seeds in Virginia require that process of cold stratification, or the softening or breaking of the hard outer seed coat in order for them to germinate. The hard seed coat that requires the cold stratification process is an adaptation that helps the seed to be protected and also ensures that the seed doesn't germinate too early on an unusually warm winter day. And so it protects the seed and it holds it in place until springtime comes and it is time for those seeds to be germinated. Other seeds require smoke or even fire. Some seeds require being digested in an animal's belly in order to germinate. which is really cool. So let's plant some of our seeds. Thanks for checking in on this cold and wet winter day. Have a good week.